be a good girl, and you'll get everything you want in life. You be a good girl. You keep your legs closed. You don't be out here fighting these streets. You talk like a lady. You eat like a lady. You do this like a lady. And what did he give me? Huh? What did he get me? Rage. And nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the good girl who grows up and she turns 40 and she looks around and she's like, what the fuck did I do wrong?
So I do want to break down the difference between real femininity and performative femininity, because there is a difference, and this video displays it so well. This good girl archetype is really desperation. It's pick-meism. It's male-centered mask as, oh, I'm not like all the other girls. I don't do what they do because I'm a good girl, and I do this because I want to receive. A woman wanting to receive is not an issue. We're literally built to receive. However, performing something that you are not and acting out of desperation to receive is where women go wrong.
A lot of women keeps talking about being a high-value woman, a tribe wife, or a divine feminine, or a soft girl. But what if it's all a costume? So today, we're asking one uncomfortable question. Is your femininity real, or is it a performance for an audience? Let's get into this lesson. We're dropping gems from a mother's heart. We're dropping gems from a mother's heart. All right, true femininity is what we're going to talk about right now. Because, I need to describe what's going on, right? Okay, we need to, So, true femininity, integrity over aesthetics, right? Okay, true femininity over aesthetics, all right? So, true femininity is internal integrity, right? Consistent character, wisdom under pressure, strength with grace, beauty with humility. Let's say that again. Beauty with humility. Because you got a lot of folks that think they're cute and they not humble with it. Okay. Gentleness with truth. Modesty with good works. Submission to God first, and fruits when nobody is watching. Fruits when nobody is watching is very important to remember that part. Femininity is not a trend, a costume, a color palette, a soft voice, a long skirt, a social media persona, a superiority complex, a performance for male approval, and a brand called womanhood. And it's Sunday. We got some scriptures down here. So Proverbs 31:25-26, it talks about how a woman's strength, dignity is in strength, dignity, wisdom, and kindness. Okay? That's what true femininity is. True femininity is not what she puts on in the morning. It is what remains when the outfit, the audience, and the algorithm are gone. That is what true femininity is. Okay? That is what true femininity is. Now I want to make sure I got that across so we know what femininity is. It's not, I have a soft voice and I talk like this. Or I never show my boobs. Femininity comes from within. Femininity comes from within. Okay? Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Homie is in the house. Again, if anybody want to come up, let me know. I'll send you the link. Dr. Steele says, the Bible tells you what true masculine and true femininity are. Yes, it does. Case and Cam's in the house. Hey, Case and Cam's. Thank you guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share the stream if you can. Okay? Because I'm about to teach a lesson. Okay? I'm about to teach a lesson. So the next question is, do you know what performative femininity is? What do you think performative femininity is? What do you think performative femininity is? That's what we're about to talk about now. Performative femininity. I have a clip for you guys. Let's check out the clip and we'll go from there.
You be a good girl and you'll get everything you want in life. You be a good girl. You keep your legs closed. You don't be out here fighting these streets. You talk like a lady. You eat like a lady. You do this like a lady. And what did he give me? Huh? What did he give me? Rage. And nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the good girl who grows up and she turns 40 and she looks around and she's like, what the fuck did I do wrong?
So we're not gonna watch the full video. I genuinely hate when women make videos like this because it gives that you're begging for a man to see this video and feel sorry for you and treat you right. Girl, boo. However, I do want to break down the difference between real femininity and performative femininity because there is a difference and this video displays it so well. This good girl archetype is really desperation. It's pick-meism. It's male-centered mask as, oh, I'm not like all the other girls. I don't do what they do because I'm a good girl and I do this because I want to receive. A woman wanting to receive is not an issue. We're literally built to receive. However, performing something that you are not and acting out of desperation to receive is where women go wrong.
I did everything that everybody asked me to do. I was a good girl. I went to school. I went to church.
Now pay attention to what she just said. I want to go back just a little bit because I want y'all to hear what she just said, and it's very important.
Is where women go wrong.
I did everything.
Receive is not an issue. We're literally built to receive. However, performing something that you are not and acting out of desperation to receive.
Performing something that you are not, just to receive. Let's say that again. Performing something that you are not, just to receive. Let's continue.
Is where women go wrong.
I did everything that everybody asked me to do. I was a good girl. I went to school. I went to church. I wasn't sleeping around. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't smoking. I wasn't doing none of that shit. I was a good girl, and it got me nowhere. So guess what? The good girl is dead.
Being a performative.
Hey, she said a good girl is dead. She about to be a hoe out here in these streets. She's like, hey. She said she is done. Okay? She is done.
Do you know you're a little whore?
Hey, she said the good girls ain't getting it. It seems like the hoes is getting it. So I'm about to be out here in these streets. She said, I'm about to be out here in these streets.
Do you know you're a little whore?
Okay, she about to turn it up, baby. Exactly, almond eyes. That's why it didn't work, because it wasn't genuine. Shouts out to chat. Y'all rocking today, y'all. All right, let's go. Let's finish this out.
If good woman is never going to work out in your interests. It's not. Because anytime you're doing something performative and it's not actually who you are, you're just going to regret it. You're just going to regret it, especially when you don't get the outcome that you were looking for the performance that you put on. See,
because I just wanted a husband so bad, and I just kept trying.
Shouts out to Sincere. May she rest in peace. May she rest in peace.
Try over and over again until one day I just realized that I was praying to God for a man, and God's answer was no. I didn't realize that until after me and my son's father broke up during my pregnancy. I realized that all of this praying that I was doing for a man.
Well, it could have been that you was pregnant by a married man, but okay, but I digress. May you rest in peace. I'm not going to drag you right now.
God's answer was no. And I'm talking years of prayer. I'm talking about I had been praying for a husband for as long as I can remember. And I would change myself and reinvent myself and do things to be different and be myself and then not be myself, and change my hair, change my weight, change so many things about myself. And none of it was working.
None of it was working, guys. None of it was working. So now, before we get to the church ladies, we're going to talk about the costume, y'all. We're going to talk about the costume. The costume is performative femininity. And we see it in these streets, okay? We see it in these YouTube streets. I can point them out from a mile away, child, okay? We're going to talk about performative femininity right now. So, performative femininity is the idea that femininity isn't an innate biological reflex, but rather a set of learned behaviors, appearance, and roles that a woman put on to align with societal expectations. Think of it less like an identity and more like a script or a costume. It's not the conscious or subconscious adoption of traits like being accommodating, soft-spoken, hyper-focused on physical grooming, or prioritizing others' comfort in order to be recognized. We know how folks do. They put on I'm so feminine, I'm so submissive, just to be recognized and praised by the audience. Shouts out to TC in the house. TC is in the house. Hey, TC. The performative aspect becomes restrictive when a woman feels she has to maintain the mask to have value, safety, or respect. Now, we talked about that mask before, y'all. Okay? We talked about that mask before. Let me remove this so you guys can see the little banners that's coming up. So make sure y'all pay attention to the banners, because there's going to be more information going while I'm going through the slides. Okay? Let's talk a little bit more about performative femininity. Performative softness changes with the room. Performative softness changes with the room. Performative softness or femininity is audience sensitive. If men are watching, I'm feminine, I'm submissive. If the camera's on, I'm feminine, I'm submissive, I'm soft. I don't argue with men. Y'all know we be hearing it. I don't talk back to men. I don't argue. I don't over talk men. Church people are present. Performative. When she wants sympathy, when she wants attention, when she wants protection, when she wants to avoid consequences. And here's a big one. when she wants to appear above the modern woman, when she wants to appear above the hyenas on the panel, she's going to be extra, extra, extra feminine, baby. Ooh-wee. And she performs when she wants to be chosen, defended, or platformed. But guess what? It disappears when she's challenged. Ooh-wee. Okay, somebody driving by real fast. When she's not praised, when she's not getting all the attention, okay? When she has to fight for her life on the panel to get all the airtime, okay? Yeah, hey, we seen it, baby. We see it. We see it every Sunday on Ladies First. Say I'm lying. We see it every Sunday on Ladies First. It disappears when she said, hey, no. When her lies is being questioned, okay? The performance is over. The performance is over. Performative femininity. Then we have another aspect. Since we're in these YouTube streets, right? Shout out to everybody that is listening. Make sure y'all, look, hey, put a 1 in the chat, put a heart in the chat if you are listening from the clouds. Just let me know you're there. I mean, I see the numbers, but just let me know you're there. Algorithm-friendly identity package. Ooh-wee, let's get into that. Since we're in this YouTube space, I thought it would be necessary to talk about the ladies in the algorithm. It's the external presentation. The external presentation can be beautiful. Your clothing, your grooming, your elegance, your softness, and style can be honored womanhood. But there is nothing wrong with a woman enjoying her beauty, because there's nothing wrong with it, okay? But true femininity cannot depend on the trends, because trends change. You guys know that, look, if you be on the TikTok, on the Instagram and all that, like the trends changing. So one day we had the soft girl era. Remember that? Y'all remember the soft girl era? And then they turned into the divine. Everybody and their mama is a divine feminine now. Everybody is a divine feminine. It's a trend. Were you a divine feminine last week? Or you just saw that that's the thing that's going on, so now you're a divine feminine? Now you got the quiet luxury. That was a new one. that was a new one for me. I've never seen that one. You got the clean girl. You got the modest girlies, right? The tried wife. I'm a traditional wife. That's a trend that's going on, right? And here is one of the big ones. The high value woman. The next thing you know, the season changes uniform, but the character does not need a trend cycle. 1 Samuel 16 and 7 says, a man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. True femininity is internal, not external. What you have on the inside will show on the outside. Okay? Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Thank you guys for coming through. Mike Love is in the house. Hey, Mike Love. TC says, they change with the moment. Exactly. A-Team says, The Lord changed with the direction of the wind. Yes, Lord, they do change with the direction of whatever is because they're ruled by the algorithm.
Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more of my shows, click right here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. See you in the next one.